Good evening, members, and welcome to all those present, including members of the public and press. Before we begin, I need to go over the usual housekeeping rules. There are no fire drills planned for this evening, so if the fire alarm sounds, please leave the building by the nearest exit and assemble in the Queen's Gardens at the front of the building. Please do not re-enter the building until you're advised to do so. Please also ensure that your mobile phones have been switched off or set to silent. I welcome those joining us in the public gallery and would ask that they follow any guidance and instructions given by anyone seated at the top table. This council meeting is being recorded. The recording will be available on the Borough Council's website. I would like to remind members that standards of behaviour for meetings set out in the Council's standing orders apply, and as usual, we have set protocols around speaking during this meeting. No member should speak until invited to do so. If you wish to speak, please could I ask you to raise and keep your hand held high until you've been acknowledged. Please would all members in the room use their microphones whenever they speak, as without them, anyone watching online will not be able to hear you. To use the microphones, please press the button at the front and centre when invited to speak, and wait for a moment for the light on your microphone to come on. Please remember to turn off your microphone once you've finished. Members, in the interest of managing the meeting, please do not approach anyone seated at the top table for advice without first gaining agreement. Should you wish to do so, please raise your hand high. Please could I ask at the end of the meeting to make sure that you take all your belongings and any litter with you. Thank you. Before we commence with business, I was saddened to learn of the death of former Mayor and Councillor Colin Brooks. I propose to hold a minute's silence in tribute, after which I will ask members to pay tribute. Please stand. Thank you, members. Please proceed. Councillor Simon Tagg, would you like to lead tributes to Colin Brooks?
Thank you, Mr. I certainly would. I was sorry to hear the news of Colin Brooks, that he passed away after a long and courageous fight against illness. Colin served on this council for the Clayton ward, first from 1995 to 1999, and then again in the second slot from 2002 to 2006. During his second term, I had the privilege of serving alongside Colin on this council, and I often recall his wit and his sharp interventions during council debates, always delivered with conviction and a sense of purpose. Colin served on several committees on this council during both his periods: housing, planning services, environmental health, finance and performance, and various scrutiny committees during his time. And his commitment to public service was further demonstrated when he served as our borough mayor between 2005 and 6, and representing the borough and our community with pride. On behalf of the council and my group, I would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to his wife Sheila and to the family at this sad time. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Tagg. Councillor Jill Williams, would you like to say a few words?
Our sympathy goes out to Colin's wife Sheila and his family on this sad occasion. Colin served on the council for 2 terms and became mayor of our Royal and Ancient Borough in 2005 to 6. Colin was very proud and honoured to become mayor, and with his wife Sheila, met many of our residents and represented our borough far and wide with dignity and understanding to those he met. Colin worked for British Telecom and on retirement wanted to give something back to his community. He became a Labour Party councillor for the Lake Clayton ward and worked tirelessly on their behalf. Worked with colleagues and council officers to create the Lyme Valley Park and its links with footways to other parts of our borough. On many occasions in the last few years, we met Colin and Sheila shopping in the town centre. With his health condition getting worse, he still kept his sense of humour and dignity. Colin will be surely missed by all who knew him. Colin was a true gentleman and socialist, and it was a pleasure to have known him. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Williams. Would any other members like to speak? And if which so, please raise your hands. Thank you. Councillor Gorton, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Colin Brooks was a great friend to me, and I just wanted to say a few words about him. When I came to Newcastle almost 30 years ago, Colin Brooks was one of the councillors representing the Clayton ward, and he was really the first borough councillor that I came to know. And what struck me about Colin when I met him was his warmth, his sense of humour. There was no pomposity or stuffiness about Colin. And I very quickly came to realise that he had some essential qualities needed for a borough councillor. He had terrific common sense, he had a wonderful sense of humour, and a priceless, really, capacity to get on with people. Next to his family and his council work, one of Colin's consuming interests was the great outdoors. And when I knew Colin, his pride and joy was his camper van, which he took with his wife Sheila trips across the country. And I think this camper van, when I knew Colin, was perhaps the only vehicle that he owned, because if I'd arranged to meet him for election work, Colin would invariably arrive in this van. And his arrival would usually be accompanied by American country music, which was one of his other passions. And Colin would take great delight in navigating his van around the narrow drives and avenues of Westbury Park and Clayton. Colin might not have been born in Newcastle, but he was very proud of the borough and deeply honoured to have been made mayor. I always think that Colin and people like him are the backbone of English local government. He had a strong sense of civic pride and public service, and I can only really echo the comment made by Councillor Jill Williams that it was a pleasure to have known Colin Brooks. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Gorton. I didn't see any other hands. Fine, thank you. Please now turn to your extraordinary council agenda. Councillors Fox, Hewitt, Lewis and Dean have sent their apologies. Do we have any further apologies, please? Councillor Tagg.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Mandy Beresford, Councillor Simon Jones and Councillor Ian Wilkes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Tagg. Are there any declarations of interest for this agenda? No, thank you. So if you refer to the front page of the agenda proposes the conferring of the freedom of the borough upon Sir Ian Dodson, KCVO, CBE. This is proposed by Councillor Simon Tagg and seconded by Councillor Dave Jones. A copy of the report can be found on pages 3 to 8 of your agenda. Councillor Simon Tagg, will you please now introduce the report?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll start with the business end of what I've got to say. I've got to officially read out that I'm moving that the council, in exercise of its powers under section 2495 of the Local Government Act 1972, and expressing its admiration and appreciation for the long and continued service given by Sir Ian Dodson, KCVO CBE, to the borough, and his outstanding contribution to civic life of the Borough of Newcastle-under-Lyme and the County of Staffordshire, and as a mark of esteem, we confer upon him the honorary freedom of the borough. I'm really pleased to propose that we do that for Sir Ian. He's recently retired, as we know, as Lord Lieutenant of Staffordshire after more than a decade in that distinguished service. He's got deep roots in obviously local heritage with the business and his family business, and also leadership in industry and civic life. There's a great credit to him. He's had also a very exceptional public service as well during the period of various roles supporting charities, opening key community facilities, both here in the borough and across the county. And as Lord Lieutenant, he represented the Crown in Staffordshire with dignity and dedication. His contributions span education, voluntary sector, and cultural heritage as well, and particularly the borough's cultural heritage. And he has shown unwavering commitment to the Borough of Newcastle-under-Lyme throughout his distinguished career, making him an outstanding ambassador for our borough. And in recognition of his eminent services, I commend the nomination to the council. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Tagg. Councillor Dave Jones, would you like to second the recommendations?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, on behalf of my group, it's an honour to second this recommendation. I won't seek to repeat the Leader of the Council's statements on Sir Ian, but I do want to just draw attention to, throughout his long connection to the borough, he also served for a significant period of time as Pro-Chancellor and Chair of Keele University Council during moments that were perhaps more challenging than others during the history of the university. And I think we owe him a great debt that university still stands there today and is no doubt due to his diligence in that role. But it is an honour to second this nomination. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Jones. Members, we now move to the debate. Would any members wishing to speak please raise their hands high? I see no other members wishing to speak. So I call upon Councillor Simon Tagg. Would you please sum up?
Nothing further to add, Mr. Mayor, on this, but just move the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tagg. The recommendations have been moved and seconded. So now we move to the vote on this. Would all those in favour please raise your hands? Thank you. That vote is unanimous, so the motion is carried.